Hey there, it's Max here, and we're back to playing some Cultist Simulator. Alrighty then. So, when we last left off, we got ourselves maxed out on all our skills. Still gonna figure out what we're gonna do about that destroyed health. We got all our members maxed on up on their skills, aside from one. Later, we'll go about that later. We have found ourselves the Stag Door, and we have a riddle of that we must solve, but we don't quite have enough fittings for that just yet. And we have quite a few places to visit, I'd say. So I think that should be what we should do next. Let's go ahead and begin, I think, with this location. The Congregation of St. Felix of Shuren. I'm not sure how to pronounce exactly the sign there, but that's what I'm going to say. A nonconformist enclave of a heterodox sect of a Calvinist offshoot, tucked away in an odd corner of the city. They belt out hymns with unsuitable gusto, and in a throat-scraping language that is very much not quite Latin. Sounds like an interesting congregation. Let's go pay them a visit, shall we? Now then, it's who to take in first? How's about we take... Well, I think we should always have our leader be someone from the lantern side of things. Especially Slee, since he was the first of us. So maybe he might be a good leader. And maybe we'll make him something more. And then we got one of them. Let's see what else we can work with. Let's go with... Laidlaw. You can go. And we take a couple bit of funds. And then we read the story. Membership of the congregation is strictly controlled. It may even be inherited. The safest approach is to burgle the minister's residence while he's conducting a service. But the sworn mothers of the congregation guard the place in shifts, and they are not easily distracted. Expedition at least one funds. Followers to obstacles. If you run out of funds or followers, the expedition ends. Okay. First expedition on start. Alrighty then. It's gonna be very interesting to see what happens, isn't it? Go ahead and speed things up, won't we? A little bit of restlessness, that's fine. And alright, our expedition plans for the next challenge. It'll consume funds. I can add funds now, or I could send another follower. Well, we have funds right now. Usually, when it comes to funds, the funds just tell you how many chances you have left to complete things. But this right here tells you what our obstacle actually will be. Okay, contemplatives blessed or condemned to serve here. They're bound by their curious vows. We can murder them or deceive them, but we will not be seduced. Okay, so definitely cannot send Grail in there, because Grail is about seducing. Deceiving, I think, is the moth side of things, but where it says murdering them, well, that's clearly Edge, so let's go ahead and send the Edge folk. Unfortunately, the folks we did send in have nothing to do with those side of things, but it is what it is. Then again, I will check with bringing in another Lantern member to see if anything changes. But, other than that, I won't be too much worried. Little assistance. Let's see. We should be more than enough for these holy fools. Okay, let's see what happens if we bring someone else from the Lantern side. We should be more than enough for these holy fools. I don't think that changed anything, so let's go ahead and bring... Well, actually, this is a good way of testing things. The writ of the entry bears the seal of the highest authority. Do not stand in our way. Aha! So Moth is the liars and deceivers. Gotcha. But since we are currently actually facing them, I think it is best to go with another level. We will dapple the earth with holy blood. Maybe not the nicest of thing to do, but it should get us what we want to do. Give us our money. My goodness sake. Would it be nice if we could get more money from doing this job? That would be nice. It's a shame we don't seem to have any way of doing that, isn't there? Alright. Their bodies lie in robed huddles, each indistinguishable from the next. Step over, move on. We have finished them off quite nicely. Let's see. I would like for this to get a move on here, so let's go ahead and do a increase on that. Let's go ahead and get this training up, and we'll start leveling up these moth ones. Since we already know that the Moth 6 is not the answer for the Stag Riddle, I don't feel that concerned in protecting it that much. Let's see. Our expedition plans for the next challenge. It'll consume funds. That's fine. We've already got a fund in there. We shouldn't need to spend another, since all the obstacles are taken out. Work a little overtime. The minister's bedchamber is grand in proportion, but sparsely furnished. Beneath the window, a feathered ornamental axe rests besides an enameled chalice drum on a little altar of yew wood. Ornamental axe. Interesting. That, I believe, is one of the hours. There are many hours. Many, many, many hours. And not only people can be hours or animals, but so can things, as well as concepts. It is a very, very interesting source with these hours. Alright, let's go ahead and level you on up. Whoops. Yeah, boy, we're gonna get another Reckless coming in. We may want to consider powering up. Oh, here we go! We got our first victory! Beneath the altar, in a box secured with a complicated triple nut, we find a trove of books, and more besides. A knife rank with old blood, a twist of cloth, a leathery remnant of something the minister must have surrendered at his ordination. Interesting. I wonder if ordination just means that he became an ordinary person. Okay, we got a book. The Chion et Abydos. We also now have an unattended church. The minister disappeared one night, quite abruptly, with his inner circle and the church's chiefest treasures. He is widely assumed to have gone to a better place, possibly a sunny place beside a shining sea. We could recruit his leaderless flock and make this our base of operations. That's right, we can make extra headquarters. Now, this particular bookstore can also be made a headquarters, but that's the easy route. Like, everybody does that from my understanding, so we're gonna be trying to working with these other victory places. So, and there's another reason why you would actually want to try out other places as well. We gotta see. The Rose of Nuriel. It's a Greek tome, so we're gonna put that over in our Greek list. What? Were you anything? Nope, you're readable. The Rose of Wozni. Another Greek tome. A lot of roses. Ah! A Greek codex. We'll go ahead and put that away. Then we got our Disciples. You were our Edge one. Our Edge one. We got a refund on the fund. Laidlaw, back over your place. And Sleer. Good job, mate. Good job with your team. And then, notoriety. We will always get notoriety after a mission. Which, by the way, not a good timing for that. So, question is, what shall we do now? There are a few ways we can try and deal with it. Let's do with it in the way I think is the most immediate, but kind of consequential. Since we do not have... We only currently have a temporary headquarters. The temporary headquarters does nothing for us. It literally is just there. It has nothing special. The best thing it's got is a little cupboard to throw a prisoner into. Which we... I was planning to do at some point, but we didn't quite do that. Move our organization's headquarters to a new location. This will permanently relocate your headquarters. No return is possible. It can reduce notoriety. So let's go ahead and do that. That way we can lose a bit of our trail and speed things up just a smidge. There's going to be a lot of waiting after all, so might as well. I don't want to have to wait for a good while on recovering evidence and such. Alright. Go ahead and throw the glimmering in there. Finish up our upgrade. Now then, one thing I would also like to do, because I know about cult business, but I don't exactly know the results of cult business. So, like, I know that every single person has their own different thing they do for cult business. But since I don't know too much about it, we're going to go ahead and do some tests. So let's go ahead and see what happens. We're going to go ahead and talk to you. Subject. If we put you in here. So from the knock side of the tree, my disciple can probably use their talents to harvest treasures from the unsuspecting. Meaning you might steal something from somebody. You know what, let's give them a shot. Like, this will tell us what it is. Oh, cult business, burglary. Well, there you go. There's your answer on what it'll actually do. That's a little bit of a downside, having to have to talk to the person to find out exactly what they're gonna do. But you know what? Fair enough. That's the only way to find out, right? Haha, we beat you. You can't get any notoriety from us. All right. No address is really ever permanent. Like our bodies, we leave them all in the end. But for now, this is home. Abandoned headquarters. Forget it. JN. Wonder who that was. Heterodox Church. Even on Sunday morning, there are quirks in the order of service. But most outsiders don't notice. Outsiders are not invited to the ceremonies we hold at chillier hours. Aspect Sanctuary. A space designed for contemplation and perhaps even peace. So now that we have a special place, it has a special aspect. So that could do something for us. And I think that helps to improve certain lores depending on how they work and things. We'll see more of that later. And then that burns up because we can never go back there. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get ready for the next place. The Forgotten Mithraeum. Curiosity seekers have picked over this ancient temple, but there may be a hidden door here somewhere. Make sure although I only got one person left for key. You know what? Let's leave it alone for just now. I want to find out what the results are here, because I don't want to I want to make sure it doesn't make any notoriety out of this. Oh! Hey, you almost forgot about that. Make sure no one's sick. Alright, what's going on here? In cellars and in attics, in secret compartments and sealed closets, the rich and not so rich conceal their treasures. This actually does remind me that I can make somebody my partner. So maybe at some point I might try to do that, because I've never done that before. Alright, the Wood Whisperer. There we go, leveled up. Next, let's see. You are level 4. These are level 4s there. We'll go ahead and level this guy up, I think. Exploring with this scrap of knowledge may uncover secrets located in the Shires. Let's see. This one. So, to upgrade or subvert this fragment, you need to erudition or an HQ with a library. Which we do not have a library. We have a sanctuary. We might want to go ahead and put our current one over here. Let's see now. Let's go ahead. What was I going to do again? I completely blanked out. Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and do a little bit of erudition. And we'll go ahead and upgrade that so we can find another place. But wait, we did all the level 3 ones, so we might want to be careful with that. Alright, my follower has returned empty-handed. Today's tasks were beyond them. And it does give me notoriety. Okay, good to know, good to know. That's not good. Well, notoriety is a tricky thing, don't you know? Well then, let's go and see. On the point of talking to somebody. Well, you know what? Since time is always kind of a thing, let's go ahead and just do this. We'll go ahead and, of course, send Slee, our little leader guy. We'll send an assistant. The mausoleum kind of place. Picked over this ancient temple. Let's bring another... Let's go ahead and bring Laidlaw again. I kind of like the idea of bringing somebody who builds stuff. Alright. I'm convinced the Mithraeum still holds secrets that its discoverers never found. It's unlikely to be dangerous, but the search will require funds. Alrighty. We're also going to want to store up more funds. Oh, goody! We are having us another problem. So, what is currently happening here? Oh, okay. Well, let's figure this out. Hidden doors can be found with lantern or knock. Well, we got ourselves a lantern, a disciple. But let's go ahead and make sure we got another one there, just to power that over. 10 is usually a very good score to bring people along. And that's why the next level up is so grand. Let's see here. Because I know it's coming, I am going to hold off on going back to work for a little bit. And there's going to be a reason why. Because now is the time we need to really start using some of our best tricks to stay alive. Because now notoriety is going to become a bit of a problem. Let's go ahead and increase you up. Alright. Oh dear God, I just realized a problem. We're gonna have to see what happens. We're almost certainly able to find this door. Great, wonderful. Please sure to drag your feet on that, folks, if you don't mind. Okay, the detective is on the case. We're not yet gonna do it now. Time to activate our emergency plan. Okay. What we want to do to protect ourselves, since we can't just keep hopping over to location and location just because we get a little bit of notoriety, what we can do instead is put this in here. I don't know how this works and why this works, but you take your notoriety and you use it to do art. It's a little funky way of doing it, but you know what? It's a thing. So, we're going to do that. And we're going to go ahead and throw some passion into it, so that way we get some money out of it as well. And for inspiration, why don't we go ahead and put that in there? This should have an impact. I mean, if we're going to do it, we might as well do it well, right? Let's see, a way through the hidden door. Faint lines in stone, a surface that yields to pressure. We've found it! The hidden door moves, with a grating shudder and a shower of dust. I didn't think we were going to have any trouble there. We'll go ahead and level you up, no problems. Now, some of these places can get a little hairier and scarier. You'll find out why soon enough. A little paint, make it look good. We have done it. We have passed the point where they will be looking for clues, and now they're checking for evidence. Because when they're working with evidence, they have a chance of increasing it just by having it. Unless, of course, there are certain ways. Depending on the hunter, this weary guy, this weary detective, he is the most bare-bone basic of detectives. We're gonna leave him alone. He's gonna do nothing against us, really. He's just a dude. Which means he's the perfect person that we want looking for us. Because anybody else is more trouble. And then we should be fine over here. What's going on? Okay. My recent work has drawn some attention. Something should sell. Alright. We got a couple money. We got some glimmerings. That's nice and all, but we don't really need them. Oh, some contentment. Very nice. Fleeting fun. And that's the notoriety. Good. That's actually pretty good. We did not generate any mystique, which is wonderful. You might have noticed when we were painting, we gave us 4 slots to work, which theoretically means we could store away 4 levels of notoriety if we really wanted to. We don't want to do that. It's risky, And there's also another risk. You need room for Mystique, because you can throw Mystique in there as well. Because if they have Mystique, it extends the amount of time they're going to be searching for clues, and that might be longer than it's taking you to paint that picture. So the moment you are done painting your pictures, hello, notoriety, we are pulling you in. So, yeah, watch out for that. But of course, if we don't have no Mystique, then it's perfectly fine. Alright, back to work we go. And if only keeping our job was that easy. Now then, let's find out the results we have here. The Deeper Sanctuary. The altar tilts back like a jaw. Behind it is the pyramid space, where only the Sun Hunters and Dawn Givers might go. But others have been here too. Much more recently, they have left their treasures. We have a cracked Noonstone. You know what? Let's go ahead and make a level of stuff down under here. Ooh. Now, we have... essentially, this is an ingredient. Fuel, ointment, pigment, patience, all are consumed in time. These are things you can use with your rights and other things. You'll see eventually. We also have Elgabaline Manacles. It does not relinquish its grip. This is a tool. This is something that can be used and is a lot less likely to be destroyed. Let me look at this. The cracked Noonstone. Noon, the saying goes, is not what it was, but this stone still retains an embery glow. It has been cracked. A forge-aspected follower could restore it, with sufficient resources, or can use up what power remains in it. That's right, you can fix some of these things that are broken, and I intend to do that. We also have the empty Mithraeum. This was a place of worship once. We could make it so again. This is now another potential location. We have Refulgen, a white so pure that it remains visible even in utter darkness. This is a pigment. When we're painting, we could actually use this to paint if we wanted. Why do we want to do that? I have no idea, but we can do it. I suppose it'll save us from using a fund. Alright, let's put our... we get our refund on the funds, everybody goes back to their places, and of course we get our daily notoriety. Okay. Notoriety does last a while, so we're going to have to chill out for a spell here. Go ahead and got ourselves that increase. Let's go ahead and do the same with the next one. And then we'll go increase it again and make another level of power. Wonderful. Just in case, we'll go ahead and go deep diving again. Now, another thing we could end up doing is using the time where we're waiting for the notoriety to die out is to, work with our stuff, read the books, work with stuff, do jobs. Talks, but then a promotion. There we go. Now we're back to our original job where we get paid a little extra and work a little extra. Everything is just fine. Okay, got our Iridution. Let's go ahead and pump you up. Alright, anything good we can get from here? Nope. Although, ooh, wait a minute. We might actually have something we could do. Let us take our cult. Let us take Slee. Let us take our lore. And let us take this special thing here. Oh, it's not enough. We're getting somewhere, though. To exalt a disciple to a seer, I will need Lantern to at least the 21st intensity. We are only at 17. Oh my goodness, this is going to be very difficult to pull off. We need to increase our power immensely, and then we need to get something like this again. But we are getting there. We are slowly working our way to a much more powerful resource. It's just going to take a while. But still, knowing that we have access to a level 6 aspect like that, that's pretty strong stuff. And also knowing that we have a tool that's... I wonder if we can use tools in our expeditions. We'll just have to see about that after we lose more and more of these notorieties. Like, we got Dread coming up as well. That's not cool. Let's see. Unfortunately, we will not be able to beat it out, so we're going to have to wait for it to go into and get collected, unfortunately. It is what it is. We'll just have to focus on keeping up our money for a bit. Alright, you want some reason? Here you go. Here's a little reason for you. Alright. And then we'll go ahead and use our Erudition to level you up. Good, good, good. What's that? Oh, that's with library. Cool. And one notoriety is gone. Let's see. Oh, that's right, you pulled it. So let's go ahead and work on getting a contentment. You know, one thing I do want to go ahead and do, since I've talked about this, let's go ahead and see about getting a partner. Who should we work with? Because I've not... Because in the achievements, since I'm trying to complete this game entirely, I do have to basically romance every one of these main characters. So let's go ahead and see about doing that, shall we? Now, let's see what happens if we take a lantern poke. Augury. My disciple can probably determine times and places where power will be available for our uses. But in matters of the Mansus, there is always danger. Augury, huh? Interesting. Let's see, what else can we do? We can also talk about places. They're kind of like date spots, if I recall. Oh, let's see. Invite them to an evening at the Ep.6 club. I don't think that's for me. Okay. Be paying attention to locations and things. How about the... It's here. Don't think that's for me? Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. What if we just give you some money? Nope. Ventria? Our headquarters? Nope. Wait. What's this? Rivals are cautious. They don't prowl the streets like hunters. To defeat one, we must prepare a trap and await our opportunity. What's this? Edge, forge, moth, or winter are useful for creating snares. Once created, a snare can be used when an independent makes an attempt on any vault. I'm sorry, what? Oh, okay. Okay, I think I understand what you're meaning on this now. So, it's another mechanic that I've not yet touched, is rivals. Sometimes, with these hunters, there are ways you can deal with them. Sometimes you can kill them, and sometimes you can make them a little over-fascinated themselves and want to get more power than themselves. Now, I don't know exactly what that means for them to be a rival, but from the sounds of it, it sounds like they could go to these places and basically mess up your chances of going to them. If that's the case, why would I ever want to try and make these guys a rival? Interesting. But I guess it's something we can try doing in the future. But for now, I'm just trying to get my victory condition. And then once after... Maybe the next playthrough we'll experiment a bit more with things. Oh, wait. Go away. Go away. We don't want to do that. What else is there that we can work with? What's this? Oh, unsuitable to murder a hunter. My minion lacks the edge aspect and is woefully unsuited to attacking the hunter. There's a small chance they might succeed. Failure will kill your minion. Yeah, no. Let's not do that, shall we? Let's see, what other options do we have here? What's that? Gift a tool to a follower? Wait. Power will pass from my hands to theirs. This will increase a follower's relevant aspect, but you can never reclaim the tool, nor gift them a second tool. A gift will reduce resentment. I've never had somebody being resentful before. So that's another way you can empower your... Okay, that's... See, you are never done learning things with this game. That's something I didn't know you could do, and I'm just kind of poking at things with it. That means this could be... Does that mean this could work with 2? Ah, no, because this is a tool. Tools can be moved along. Okay. And these are ingredients. Okay, so tools... Okay, okay, so there is a difference between ingredients... After all, okay. That is interesting. What else can we do here? Let's see. Aspect Maverick. A student of the invisible arts with an agenda of their own. Society. To recruit believers, I must... Something there. Ingredients. So you can do things with ingredients, it seems. Vaults. That's what the other ones. The aspect evidence of level. Some forms of proof are stronger than others. You can try to basically steal the evidence and get rid of it. Hunters and annoyance. Annoyance. Interesting thought. This card has some annoyance involved in it. Let me check something out here. Send someone unsuitable to murder an annoyance. My minion lacks the edge aspect and is woefully unsuited to attacking the annoyance. There's a small chance that they might succeed. Failure will kill the minion. Okay, yeah, we don't want them to do that, but yes, we could basically send somebody to do a baddie thing. I don't think we want to do that right now, though. But I would like to find out what augury does. I know it might generate some notoriety, but I want to see what it does. Assuming it works. Besides, we're almost out on the extra notoriety we have. Alright, we got the Third of Truth. We now have 2 of those. We can go ahead and upgrade that. Does it only need... Oh, it needs a little bit of knowledge and a little bit into intuition. Okay, we're going to have to work with that then. Go ahead and sort that out, if you don't mind. No biggie, we can work with that. Alright, what do you do? Hours of scholarship and meditation. I just want to make sure it wasn't mediation for whatever reason. Okay, we're about to go sick, so that's not great. But that's fine, we can pay it off. Ooh, I didn't realize I had a fascination at some point. That's fine. Alrighty, go ahead and throw our attention in there. Ooh, what's this? My follower has found one more way to align our work with the greater work of the hours. The rattling in the soul. Well, that's great if we were working with Moth. Ooh, you also got an erudition. Okay. So... I guess with augury, you can get some of this extra influences, and maybe even some of this stuff, this advancement things. Interesting. Well, we don't need advancement stuff anymore, but they are what they are. If only we had been training a passion at that point. But interesting. Next up, what do we want to do from here? But yeah, I have learned something very useful, so if I ever want to empower somebody even more, well, guess what? I can do so. Oh man, imagine if I upgraded a person and then gave them a tool. Oh my god, they could become so powerful. Considering I don't really use the tools very much, so that's actually not a bad idea in my point. There goes that. I think this is a perfect time to go on another expedition. What do y'all think? Strathcoine's residence. The house of Mr. Strathcoine, a collector of rare objects. Strathcoine will not sell his treasures, but a sufficiently cunning accomplice might gain entry. Let's go ahead and take our leader. And we're looking for thieves and such, so let's go ahead and bring someone from Moth. I hope they're thieving. Go ahead and put in some funds, and we're off. There we go. And then I think once we've leveled up that one and done an exploration with it, we'll go ahead and start reading some of these books and translating them. Alright, we have Watchers. Mortals, perhaps even ordinary mortals, but quite a number of them. They can be fought, seduced, or deceived. Oh shoot, I didn't read the part beforehand. Oh well. I'm sure you'll forgive me. Please forgive me. Oh, that's going to turn into a dread, I just realized. That's a problem. Alright, so when they have more than one solution, it can be random which one comes up first. So sometimes it can be a little annoying time-based stuff. Awake! Awake! They're upon us! That way, quickly! Oh, shoot, I probably should have done something. Mortals. Perhaps they're even ordinary mortals, but quite a number of them. They can be fought, seduced, or deceived. Oh, wait, we brought somebody with moth! Look closer! Closer still! Closer! Keep looking! Closer! Now close your eyes. Yeah, sure. Let's go ahead and just bring a bunch of these lying folks. I guess that'll be the way we trip that up. And then from here... And then we'll go ahead and heal up. Nice, nice. Get some more money. I will always like a little bit of money. Money, 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 money. The way I see it, if I'm going to gift something towards somebody, I either want to empower one of their current levels or make them versatile in something else. At least that's my first thinking of it. Okay, how are we doing over here? Ooh, that's not good. Our exhibition, that is a wound. So, Sylvia got knocked down. That's good thing we left this open, because that is how we heal things up. Let's go ahead and throw them back in here. So, sometimes they're gonna fail every now and then. And if they fail, they get wounded. Their wounds are grievous. Heal a fallen follower with talk. Compassion or convenience. Let's go away. And then, of course, we spend a little money on there to heal them up. Perhaps now they'll survive, but there are limits to what the human body can sustain. 3 wounds. 3 wounds, and you're out. I'm a little sad that that happened on a level 1 vault of all things, but so are the whims of Cultist Simulator. Go ahead and throw $1 in there. And of course, that did turn into a dread over there. Let's go ahead and throw the glimmering in. You're going fine. Wait, why does... Oh, that's right, because you can turn a thing. Oh, wait a minute. I'm gonna check something. Ah, that's right! So, anything that's using this sign, you can either use a glimmering or an HQ with a sanctuary. We don't even need the glimmering. The wound is healed, but the scar remains. But each scar, as the scholar Shulga once observed, is a lesson. So, a little good news is, when someone does get wounded, they do get a little bit of a random damage, like a little bit of random skillage in something. So they do get a little better out of it something. So it's not like it's the end of the world until you get that third one, then you're screwed. What was I gonna do next? Oh, right. Oh, dear. Okay, we gotta get some contentment in our system. Oh, wonderful! That'll counter that, and then this will counter the next one, and then we should be fine! I hope. Okay, looks like we did beat them. Okay, I didn't read the text for how they did it, but you know what? We bit them. Alright, we got a bit more contentment, and now we're gonna have to do some healing. Wonderful. We are just doing wonderful, aren't we? Alright, money is getting a little tighter on things for our emergency sakes. We might want to actually think about doing things more. Alright, victory! Strathcoin's cozy sanctum. A fire smolders in the grate. Glass cases display hard-won trinkets. We must seize what we can, quickly. Strathcoin may already have telephoned the police. Oh dear lordy, 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 we are already going into getting the wrong kind of attention. But hey, we got one of these leveled up. Nice, that's good there. We are gonna be in trouble now. Not good. Wonderful timing. I probably should have been watching for that as well. And now, when that finishes, it yoinks the notoriety. Well, we're gonna have some evidence, so that means we're gonna be waiting a while now. But out of... Ooh, I recognize that. Well, I think I do. Out into the night, we escape unseen. But the next day, there are reports of a fire at Strathcoin's. Did someone knock a live coal onto the hearthrug? Or did Strathcoin destroy the place himself as a part of some larger scheme? Anyways, The Journal of Alessandro Lacroix. Prince Alessandro Lacroix spent years in secret study of the tablets taken from Fucine marshes in Citro, Italy. His work will allow you to decipher Fucine text. Okay, it is what I thought. This will teach us another language that we can translate. Very helpful. This is the Treatise on Underplaces. Traveling at Night, Volume 3. The Locksmith's Dream, Stolen Reflections. The Wainscot Histories. Why does Wainscot sound familiar to me? Oh, okay. And our notoriety got seized by our detective fella. Not good, not good. But oh well, could be worse, could be better. Let's go ahead and use our knowledge to expand ourselves just a bit more then, shall we? And let's see. With the books we've got right now, let's see about doing some reading. Let's start off with Traveling at Night 3, the Annotated Dream Journals of Christopher Elopoli. Let's see what the third one has to say us. Elopoli's disquisitions on fire and the unburnt god are interrupted by passages of distractingly erotic poetry addressed to Baldomira. Oh my, saucy. Okay, well, we're gonna go healing up. And we shall pray evidence does not get made, but it still could. And it's gonna be a little rough. And evidence was made. Lovely, just lovely. Not exactly the best thing we wanted to hear about. Oh, look, the variety of seasons coming up again. The Kuznetsov Endowment. Prince Kuznetsov gave 1/4 part of his blood-soaked fortune to the establishment of a department for eschatology at this provincial university. The staff have grown peculiar now, and the buildings fester in a freezing swamp. But some of Kuznetsov's bequests perhaps was spent on treasures. And our first level 4 vault. Oh my goodness, that is going to be interesting whenever we get to that. To reach the Stag Door, I believe that all you really need is to want something enough. A lot of passion. But I've never wanted anything that much, except of course Baldomera, and I'm very much afraid that the knot in the story is this. What Baldomera wants is the Stag Door. But here's something I learned in Persia. Perhaps it'll teach you what you want. Wasn't there something that was involving in Persia at some point? And we got a Smith's Secret. We could level that up to level... The fact that it's talking about the Stag Door makes me wonder if that's level 6 of that might be the answer to the Stag Door's riddle. We'll have to upgrade it and find out. This needs a little bit of erudition, which we have, so let's go ahead and make that happen, shall we? After all, we got some evidence against us, so we got to lay a little low for a hot while here. Get our health back. Yay! If you don't have your health, you have nothing. Since this is going to filling up here, let's go ahead and just throw these all the way to the very bottom right corner of things not being used. Oops. Whoops, it easy. I know we can sell them for an emergency, but for now, if I'm going to keep them out of sight and out of mind, I might as well just leave them that far out. Now then, what else can we try and do? That's right. Keep searching for clues that don't exist. Take our erudition and level that up. I imagine since we are trying to level up our lantern even stronger, eventually we are going to want to get a sanctuary with a library in it, and I'm sure we will get there at some point. But for now, we're just trying to normalize, as it were. If we ever get a bunch of notoriety, we could always hop on over to one of these other places. I wonder if this will be another place with a sanctuary associated with it. Aw, no extra evidence? I'm sure you're sad about that. Or we also could send somebody to mess with this, but we don't quite need to do that. You can either do things quickly and risky, or just take your time and win over hours. Alright, got the Ardent Origin, and then we gotta do the same thing one more time on that. And then we will go ahead and heal ourselves again. I would like to make some more money. Would you like us to make some more money? I really would like to make some more money. And we also have some contentment we need to work with. Oh my goodness, things are just... We're having another one? Jesus Lord. My goodness gracious, so many. So many. Let's move this over a little bit more, shall we? Go ahead and put you guys back over here. Ooh, free irradiation out of that. That's cute. I wonder how people try to speed run this thing. You're not gonna get anything out of me, buddy. Alright, got our health back, but we gotta spend another one for contentment. Lovely. Knowing my luck, we're gonna get sick again. Oh, that's not good. Lucky us, we also have the Season of Outdoors. Alright, so that'll take that one out, and then we'll have another one come up. And then we'll spend a little here, that's fine. Oopsie. Throw you in there. And we should have all the contentment we need to fix ourselves over here. Lovely. Whoopsie. Why not? We'll go ahead and just put you over here. It's not like anything else is being put down there. Why not? We'll go ahead and put you on the other side. Just scoot you over a little more. Give it its own little room. Wait, what happened to the other contentment I had? Didn't I have another contentment at some point? Oh no, something bad happened, didn't it? These repeated challenges are getting a little tougher. Oh, that's not good. Alright, well, that's not good. Alright, we got you leveled up now. Yay! We can go to the Stag Door and see if we get lucky. And oh boy, we got a Grail coming up. Oh dear lordy, lordy, lordy. Okay, we're okay. We're okay. Everything is going to be just fine. And why not? We'll go ahead and work on you two. Might as well while we have you. And we'll go ahead and check out the Stag Door. Alright, does the Forge Door answer? That is not the answer. Dang it. Did I check everything else? Not the answer. Not the answer. Not the answer. Oops. Come on. There you go. An implaceable answer. Only in shadow. Didn't I check that earlier? I did not, I guess. Of course it was the lantern. Why wouldn't it be the lantern? The lantern, the watchman praises all. Hey, no overtime. Great. Alright. Well, once this evidence dries up, eventually we're going to try something else. Solution. A little lair. Comes in a lot of handy. Now, we don't exactly need to have much limits on things. Ooh, we did it! We have gone through the Stag Door! Now here we have the Stag Door, and associated with it is the Ascent of Knives and the Painted River. Let's just grab what we have right now. The Stag Door opens! Last night, Gerby was talkative. He spoke in his siege engine voice of the histories, and he'd overheard in the waking world. I listened until his stories tailed off again into weeping. Well, I guess we learned something else. Nice. The Stag Door is the Adept's Gate. To pass it is to be initiated into the first true mystery of the House of the Sun. The head, Gerby, weeps to see me enter where it cannot, but it must let me pass. The scarred valves of the door grind open. And we now have the next leg of the journey of the dream has been entered. Woo! Another deck of cards has been given towards us. That's another high level of influences, another level of chronicles now, and we got a lot of growth now. Of course, that means more fascination is a risk, but it is what it is. It's taking a long time for it to finish over there. Bit of restlessness. In fact, let's go in there again. In my dreams, I know the path to the Stag Door. Through the maze of the bounds, Gerby will let me pass, but the path is always a puzzle. I will need reason. That's right. So the first war, we needed passion. The other, we needed health. And now we need reason to get through the door. The Stag Door is the Adept's Gate. To pass it to be initiated into the house. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And there we go. We have a left. That being upgraded there. And let's go ahead and increase it one more time. The higher we make something stronger, the better, right? Wait a second. Did I get another reason for doing that? That's awesome. I don't know where I got that, but apparently I got it for some reason. I will take it. So apparently you can get 6 reason from doing that. My goodness, 4, 5, 6? I suppose it makes sense that reason would be the one I would get stronger in, considering this is kind of all about being the smartest in the room. So it's very fitting, honestly, for this playthrough. Let's see. This is a level... Oh, that's right. You can't look at it, but it is. I'm pretty sure a high level of Forge. What can the Son of Knives give us? Okay, it looks like the same level as that is. So this is level 6 of that, and level 6 of Grail. Good to know. Oh, there's some Dread now. And boy. It's gonna be a little ugly to work with, but let's keep trying through things, shall we? Go ahead and level you up again. And the evidence is going away. And with that, let's go ahead into the next little chamber of checking things out. St. Agnes Hospital. They did good work here once. Certainly, there were a few too many amputations, but then there are individuals one would prefer not to walk the city streets. Let's go ahead and send Slee once more. I think this is going to be more of a knock venture, if I had my guess. Only echoes walk the hospital halls now, but malice lingers in the air. We must search meticulously, room by room. I believe the little extra expedition part goes away as the higher up we go up in the vaults. Oh boy, and we're gonna have to deal with that. Let's see. Oh dear, we have a curse. Curses! Curses are things that will affect us. I don't know how the curse knows that we sent these people, but it knows, and it can get very upset. So, we need heart or lantern to suppress this curse. Otherwise, it will not keep us from our goal, but it may cause us trouble later. Let's go ahead and send every bit of lantern we got on this, because I don't want that sucker triggering. It is not good stuff to have. Ooh, what's this? Subtle Rupture. That's got to be a high level for knock influence. But I want the Painted River this time. Ooh, I got a straight up lesson of erudition. Too bad I don't use it for anything, but it's nice to have and to know that that is a thing. Ah, I did not read that right here. So, what is it I'm trying to upgrade? I thought it would need a sanctuary. It needed a little extra. It requires illumination. Water fills the cup, light fills the mind. To upgrade or subvert this fragment, you'd need fascination, which might breed, an HQ with a library, or the rarefied mind skill. Hey, guess what? We have the rarefied mind skill. This is another use. This is one of the uses for training up your skills, is to be able to better upgrade the level 6 and beyond. So it's great to have that. Very good indeed. And unfortunately, it looks like we are going to have Dread pop up. We might as well see if we can work with that. Oops, come on. How much time does that spend? Is it a whole minute? Oh, it's 30 seconds. Wonderful. Let's see now. The Colonel is a fierce hour. That is the hour of the edge. But a power which knows light, and he has survived worse. Okay, the Colonel is a fierce hour, but a power which knows light, and he has survived worse. His power will almost certainly protect us. Oh. Okay. We call upon the Colonel, who cannot be denied. Interesting. I guess he can work with Edge and Lantern? I guess it kind of makes sense, because he's also a bit of an agent of order. And let's go ahead and just max out all the Lantern we can against this sucker, because I don't want that popping up if I can. We've already lost 1 health. I don't want to lose even more, if I can help it. Oh, dear. Okay. Our power is stronger than the power that was here. The curse won't touch us. Wonderful. We do not get cursed. And let's go ahead and get rid of you. Not much we can do against this one, unfortunately. It's going to get nabbed up in things, but it's going to be fine in the end. And we're going to have another relentless. Okay, so... So many plates spinning. Let's see our expedition plans for the next challenge. There are no more challenges themselves, so we don't need to put anything else, and we'll be good. And here we are. We have leveled up to the 8th level of Moth. Not as great as having to do Lantern, and there's not really much use we can do with it right now, but, you know, it's nice to have, right? It's growing our personal power. What was I going to do again? Oh, right, we were going to have to get another contentment. I guess at this point we'll go ahead and read a book. The Locksmith's Dream. Janus is the gatekeeper, the twin god, the god that wounds, the presagger of changes, the sun, the moon. So we identify him with the watchman, the twins with the mother, with the forge, with the menascate and the madrigal. He cannot be all these, can he? The Fleminus knew the church, knew the dry land, knew Elagabalus. Is he then Synthesis? Or is he something else? The Galicia, they called him Ianus Lamius, but the Obliviates are notorious for their slanders. What on earth am I reading? Janus is the gatekeeper. So Janus is apparently associated with a bunch of things, apparently. Alright, we got that. Time to go spend another on some opium. Drugs are bad. Remember, cat kids. I'll throw you up there. Oh, boy. Okay, well, we have completed this job. There is a padlocked cupboard in the wall. It does not long resist our strength. It contains instruments tipped with flint and glass. Instruments one would not expect a surgeon to use. It contains other matters of more interest to us, too. Alrighty, we have another book. The Locksmith's Dream, Trespasses. Ooh, stained gloves, a tool for Grail. Okay, I love our tools. We have Rose Pearl Dust, another pigment. We'll go ahead and... Oh, that's right, I was going to fix up that cracked lodestone. We'll do that as well. Come on, go back, go back. Okay. The empty hospital. Phantoms, the neighbors say, still walk the echoing halls here. If we take the possession, of course, they will leave, or we'll turn them to our use. Another possible HQ. The Rose of Hypatia. There's a lot of these Rose books, and they all are Greek. Interesting. And then notoriety. Oh, great. We're going to have to skip town for a bit, aren't we? That's not good. Bad timing, folks. Oh, dear Lord. What is it with my timing of things? That's fine. It's just going to make some evidence. Also, let's go ahead and take one of these forge workers, if we would like, and then feed him that. We begin to repair this, but it will take funds to purchase the necessary materials, which we will, but I need to double check one more thing. So, forge! Business, craftsmanship. My disciples can probably earn funds in illegal laboratories and shadowy manufacturers, but there is risk of an accident. I'm not going to worry about that. I don't want to risk them getting hurt. But I do want them to fix that moonstone, if you don't mind. Alrighty. We read the volume of the Lostock stream. Janus has, they say, not one face but two, to which I reply, why only one? Why only two? Her salt and Cossely, according to Thomas Love Denman, once agreed that Janus was all the gods and none. But later, her salt insisted he was all the gods, and Cossely favored simply none. Denman was a sinister dilettante, but this rings true of them both. We got some fascination. That's a little bit dangerous, but we did get another level of lantern aspect. Lovely! Although we are going to need... Okay, we're going to be perfectly fine, I think. We are going to go ahead and upgrade that. And, well, we are going to certainly have some trouble coming up here in a moment. You know that notoriety is not going to go away in time for us to get away, as it were. Yeah, well, it is what it is. What can I say? Let's go ahead and take another dip in here, shall we? See if we get lucky for anything. Give me my money. You know, I think next episode we're going to try and do something about Mr. Alden. This job, it just doesn't pay well enough. The follower is at work on the stone. Go ahead and get that fixed up, if you will. I'm sure it'll come in use one day. Alright, we got our Erudition. Let's go ahead and power you up. We only need a verified mind and some Erudition, and we're fine. Or fascination, apparently. And there it is! The Noonstone has been restored. And noon, the saying goes, is not what it was, but this polished stone retains a sunset glow. That is a tool of lantern! That is a good tool to have. In fact, I'm going to keep this up here, because it is the highest level of little extra bit of noon or a little bit of lantern we have. So that's kind of something we want. And when we're done with this over here, we're going to get rid of that dread. Ooh, I'll take that. Let's see. Last night, Gibri was talkative. He spoke in his siege and in voice of the histories. He's overheard in the walking, waking world. I listened until his stories trailed off again into weeping. Whoopsie. Okay, we got another level of that. Good, good, good. And then, let's see. Let's go ahead and get rid of this fascination, if we would. Thank you very much. And notoriety is going to... we have evidence against us, so we're going to be sitting tight for a while longer yet, unfortunately. It is what it is. But yeah, that level 4 lantern ability is going to help out nicely, I think. It does feel to me that lantern objects are kind of fragile looking back on prior playthroughs. Nice. I had another thought on things. Yeah, go ahead and do that as you like. But yeah, so far we have done quite a bit We've dabbled in raiding some places. We've pissed off the detectives a bit more. We've read a few more books. We've increased our power and the level of lantern. I'd say we've had ourselves a nice dipping of things. Let's go ahead and put you down a little bit more. I'll put those two together, that way I don't forget them both. Also draws my eye a little bit more over this way. My goodness. And with that, we have now increased to level 8. The Fanian Invocation. Door to eye navigate. Door in the eye navigates. He is not merciful, but first and always he illuminates. The door in the eye. That is not the Watchman. That is a different fella. So that is. There is a lot of different. I have recently discovered that the hours. They are indeed all associated with these aspects. It is the aspects that are the ways, and the hours are just sort of not the sources of those, but they are influences from them. It's the glory that seems to be the source of it all. But I think that this is a good place to take our next pause. So we have done quite a bit of nice dabbling in here. We've pissed off our detective quite a bit. We've made use of our powers more. We've read a few more books. We've got to translate a few more. And then we've got ourselves a tool that actually does give lantern aspects, so that's great. Like, this is some good stuff here now, man. In fact, if we were to... Now, we still don't have enough power to make our man the best he can be, but you know what? This is some great stuff nonetheless. Alright. We have done quite a bit of dabbling. I thank you very much for joining me here. I've been Max, and I hope that you live life to the max. I'm out. I'll see you next